Pharmaceutical Society of Nigeria calls for collective effort in the fight against drug abuse. Anambra Internal Revenue Service warns prospective revenue agents against sharp practices. Good evening and welcome to the news. My name is Chidim Orangwa. The Pharmaceutical Society of Nigeria Young Pharmacists Group has called for collective effort in the fight against drug abuse in the society. The group made the call when they paid a familiarization visit to the state governor, Chief Willie Obiano, at the Government House, Oka. Correspondent Emmanuel Okonkwo was there and now completes this report.
President of the group, pharmacist Olagunji Moyewa, who described drug abuse as mother of all crimes, said that the Youth Pharmaceutical Group, which is a section of the Pharmaceutical Society of Nigeria, which was founded 2 years ago, is charged with the responsibilities of organizing free medical outreach, combating drug abuse through education of the masses on the dangers inherent in the practice, among others. Pharmacist Moyewa, while commending the state government on the supports given to the main body of the association, appealed that such gesture should be extended to the young section.
We have just done our part in making it really little since the pilot study. The state government could make it a big project to ensure that they reach out to every school in the state.
Speaking, the senior special assistant to the governor on pharmaceutical matters, pharmacist Chibuz Oka, called on youths to desist from drug abuse as, according to him, the act is destructive to their future and destiny in life.
I first have to commend His Excellency, the working governor of Anambra State. He is the one that has granted the profession of pharmacy profession a mainstay in his government. He goes away to show he has interests of the state at heart.
Responding, Governor Obiano, represented by his deputy, Dr. Nkemo Okeke, commended the group on their contributions to nation building and reshaping of mindsets of the youths. Governor Obiano, who described pharmacists as indispensable in health circle and the society at large, assured the group of the state government's support and wished them well in their forthcoming conference holding in the state soon.
The world needs to get out there, and there needs to be a lot of awareness in the society so that kids will stay away from such bad habits.
From the government house in Oka, I am Emmanuel Okonkwo reporting for ABS News.
The Anambra State Government has announced the first round of July 2019 National Immunization Plus Days, NIPDs, the program which will be run by the Anambra State Primary Healthcare Development Agency in collaboration with partner bodies including the WHO and the United Nations Children's Fund UNICEF, shall be available for children between the ages of 0 to 59 months. Correspondent Daniel Ezigwe was at the Jerome Doji State Secretariat where the announcement was made to the press and now completes the story.
July 2019 first round of the National Immunization Days will kick off on Saturday 20th and end on Tuesday 23rd of July 2019 and will cover areas such as homes, churches, mosques, schools, markets and other places where children are found. Announcing this in his office, the Anambra State Commissioner for Health, Dr. Vincent Obala, noted that the house-to-house sweep method was to ensure that every child has the opportunity to get immunized. Dr. Obala also announced that a new vaccine will be introduced into the immunization schedule from August 9th this year and said that it will be given to children at 9 months of age to protect them from meningitis.
Polio is spread by fecal-oral route when the stool of an infected person is introduced into the mouth of another person through contaminated water or food. Oral transmission by way of an infected person's saliva may account for some cases too.
On her part, the Executive Secretary of the Anambra State Primary Healthcare Development Agency, Dr. Chioma Ezenyimo, said the target was to reach every child in Anambra State and sustain the 14-year-old immunity of the state from poliomyelitis and other child-killer diseases.
Every 10 years, we had the MENAFRIC. We had the last campaign, 2014. But now it is going to be under routine immunization, and that is what we have always asked for. Let children be given on routine basis.
Speaking on behalf of the partner bodies, the Anambra State Coordinator of WHO, Dr. Chukwumwanya Igboekwu, said the NIPDs is a very important program that reaches all children, especially those who reside in hard-to-reach areas, adding that there will be a 2-day mop-up to get to the children who could not be vaccinated in the main phase.
Immunization is very important for the health of our children, and the National Immunization Plus Days is a very important opportunity for us to reach children, especially those children in very hard-to-reach communities.
The target population of children between 0 to 59 months to be vaccinated in Anambra State in the period is 1,197,644, while the target population of children less than 1 year to be vaccinated in the same period is 239,529. In Oka, Daniel Ezigwe, ABS News.
Anambra State has emerged first and second positions in the junior and senior categories of the student competition organized by All Nigerian Confederation of Principals of Secondary Schools, ANCOPS. The competition was part of 2019 National Congress of the organization held in Sokoto State. Commissioner for Basic Education, Professor Kate Omenua, made this known to newsmen in her office. Education correspondent Theophilus Okoha now completes the story.
Commissioner Menuga also announced that Ms. Ikulugo Chiamaka Favor, a student from Queen of Rosary College, KRC Onitsha, came first in the junior category of the quiz competition, while the student from Maria Regina Model Comprehensive Secondary School, Newi, Ms. Oba Mary Queen, came third in essay writing in the senior category. Professor Menua attributed all successes recorded by Anambra's students in both national and international competitions to the state government policy of leaving no child behind.
Our students are doing us proud and our teachers are working very hard. So that's our latest one, which I'm really excited about because to me it shows that all the investment that Willoughby is making in education is not in vain, and that the partnership that we have with the church is actually working.
Theophilus Okoha reporting for ABS News.
The Anambra State Ministry of Environment has extended its sanitation campaign tagged Dobe Anambra Ocha to the major markets in Anocha and Agota Council areas to ensure proper enlightenment of the citizenry on cleanliness and safety of the environment. This campaign is a prelude to the application of the full weight of the laws on those who default thereafter. Correspondent Chibuzo Obudike, who was part of the campaign train, now reports.
Atmosphere recorded at the various markets and community visited, including Nwagu Agro Junction, Ekadazin Nuku, Orieneni, Nkwoichida, Oyeuga, and Ekulobia markets, was a sight to behold. At each of these markets visited, the gospel of Dobe Anambra Ocha, a strategic action approach of the state government, was preached. There was a good effort to sensitize, empower, and raise awareness on the need for environmental cleanliness and hygiene, as well as its impending effects on the ecosystem. The Director, Environment Health Pollution Control Department of the Ministry of Environment, Mrs. Edith Ike, in her assessment of the visits, said that most of the markets are filled with debris, which defeats the aesthetics of the state.
Our purpose of coming out is to tell them the essence of keeping their environment clean. It does not matter where you are. Wherever you are staying, you have the responsibility to keep it clean. It's your household, in the market, your store, office, anywhere.
The team during the show warned traders and residents to ensure that their water channels are kept clean by maintaining proper disposal, and frowned at those who trade on waterways, which, according to them, constitute blockages during rainfall. Senior Special Assistants to the Governor on Environment, Mrs. Jessica Nweke, Mrs. Florence Oredum, and Mr. Stanley Nkwoka have this to say.
We're taking the message down to the grassroots. Number one is you have to keep your environment clean. You know, the government will do theirs, and we, the public, should do ours.
Most waste are generated within the market environment. If we educate 10 persons in the market, they go back and educate other 20 or 30 persons. That helps us in our sensitization.
Some trade traders and residents of the areas visited, Mrs. Cecilia Ezani and Mr. Emeka Onyekwelu, contended that rainy season is usually associated with deaths from all areas, which in most cases seem impossible to control, encouraging the ministry to intensify efforts that will instill cleanliness among the people. From Ekulobia in Agwata local government area, Chibuzo Obidike, ABS News.
The news returns after this time out. Please to join us again.
ABS, Heartbeats of the East.
You're welcome back. It's still the evening news right here on ABS TV. The Anambra State Internal Revenue Service is intensifying efforts towards improving the revenue generation of the state. The Chairman and Chief Executive Officer of the Anambra State Internal Revenue Service, Dr. David Nzeku, stated this on the occasion of the bid opening for management of motor parks in the state, held in Oka. Correspondent Valentine Mbadoga has the details.
Addressing the prospective revenue agents that will be in charge of the motor parks and other areas of revenue collection in the state, Dr. Nzeku noted that so many significant changes have been made in the method of revenue collection, which is geared towards improving the revenue being generated for the state. Dr. Nzeku further maintained that adopting transparent approach in the bidding process was to ensure that credible persons were selected as revenue agents for proper accountability, but warned against any act of revenue fraud in the future, as anyone caught will be severely dealt with.
We do better if we openly and transparently conduct this type of bids so that we can improve the revenue that comes to the state.
Contributing, the head of Department, Legal and Enforcement, Anambra State Internal Revenue Service, Barrister David Onyilofo, explained that their past experiences with revenue collection agents is what gave birth to the new policy in order to keep them in check.
The bids were open before everybody, and anybody that is not successful can ask to see the criteria of the person that won the bid.
In attendance at the bidding process which held at the Anambra State Internal Revenue Service Training Hall, where the Commissioner for Transport, Honorable Chen Okafo, represented by the Administrative Assistant to the Commissioner, Mrs. Judy Jeff Nwapweze, Commissioner for Trade, Commerce and Wealth Creation, Dr. Christian Maduboko, Local Government Chairman, among others. It is pertinent to note that the bid opening, which was done before the over 200 bidders, is yet to produce the revenue agents that will work with the Anambra State Internal Revenue Service in collection of revenue for the state government, as a committee will be set up to look into the bidding documents to duly certify the qualified ones, which the agency said will be concluded within 10 days. Those that qualified, as well as others, will be communicated in writing, stating the reasons for the success or failure.
Still on the news, Okuzu people of Anambra State resident in Abuja have rolled out drums in honor of their traditional ruler, Professor Charles Anikweze, as he presented the 23rd inaugural lecture of the Nasarawa State University, KFI. The 23rd inaugural lecture, tagged Assessment for Learning, a panacea for quality education, was well attended by the university community, Okuzu people, friends, relations, and well-wishers of the Anikweze family. Ekwi Ajide of our Abuja Bureau has the report.
23rd inaugural lecture tagged Assessment for Learning, a panacea for quality education, was well attended by the university community, Okuzu people, friends, relations, and well-wishers of the Anikweze family. The presenter, Professor Charles Anikweze, who is also the royal father of Okuzu, is an astute excursionist and joined the Nasarawa State University in 2006 after retirement from the National Commission for Colleges of Education as the Director of Planning, Research and Statistics. He has produced 27 PhD and over 80 MEd graduates, and authored a number of books, published 64 articles in reputable journals and books of reading. Igwe Anikweze has 98 conference papers and 20 guest lectures to his credit. According to him, if teachers get it right at all levels of education in Nigeria, the quality of education will improve tremendously. He said that quality education can be conceptualized as education that is relevant to the developmental needs of the recipients as individuals and society at large. Professor Anikweze is also of the opinion that quality education must be locally and culturally appropriate so as to teach the people to be better individuals, committed family members, responsible community members, and morally.
Be related to the accountability owed to the stakeholders in formal education. The challenges of innovative assessment are enormous, but they are not unsurmountable. Computer-based assessments are practical and should be formalized in all levels of education in Nigeria. Assessment for learning is a negative assessment. My conceit is that if teachers were to get it right at various levels of education in Nigeria, the quality of education is bound to improve. Therefore, for learning is certainly a panacea for education.
Earlier in a welcome speech, the Vice Chancellor of the University, Professor Suleiman Bala Mohammed, described the topic as apt, saying that since education is critical to the development of any nation, quality education becomes imperative as it will go a long way in checkmating the ills in the society. In their separate goodwill messages, the Dean Faculty of Education in the university, Professor Nok Mekibi, the President General of Okosu Progressive Union, Chief Judge HSC, Professor Augustine Odili of the University of Abuja Teaching Hospital, Architect Eric Onyekwena, Barrister Frederick Ozemenam, among others, eulogized the traditional ruler for achieving the laudable feat, while the daughter of the presenter, Mrs. Adobe Ekuno, on behalf of her siblings, said their father had been a pillar of encouragement and support who taught them all the good things of life, which enabled them become better citizens.
He gave us a standard about growing up in our home, and he said none of us should discuss or mention marriage here except you attain your first degree. That was the minimum standard. And so even when people were coming to ask for our hand to marry, we always tell them just to have to wait until this person finishes. And of course, sometimes they'll be like, oh, okay, let me just marry her and then she will finish up.
The good people of Okosu, we are here to congratulate our son and our Igwe. As a matter of fact, you may use this opportunity to get President of Okosu and Professor Charles and the President.
The Anambra State Magistrate Cat 2, Amobia, presided over by Mike Anyadiego, has given a key witness, Dr. Angori Aguiyi, up to the 2nd of August 2019 to make available to the court the copies of the threatening newspaper publications against her, alleged to have been sponsored by one Mr. Chukwunonyem Nweke. Mr. Nweke is standing trial under leave of the Commissioner of Police for alleged offenses against the state, bordering on the complaints made by the said Dr. Aguiyi. Correspondent Daniel Ezegwe was at the hearing and now reports.
Mr. Chukwunonyem Nweke from Obuneze, Umudioka in Oka South Council area is facing defamatory and threat to life charges for alleged outbursts against Dr. Angori Aguiyi, also from the same village. Dr. Aguiyi, a lecturer with the Nwafor College of Education in Subwe, on confession, told the court that the suspect, in collaboration with two named friends, had made continuous threats to her life and defamed her personality on designated Facebook page known as Oka 33 Villages. She also alleged to have received phone calls from the suspect and his cohorts threatening to harm her. She said the accused, who is her next door neighbor, had land boundary disputes with her family, which had been ruled by the court in her favor in May 2018 by a retired chief judge of the state. However, the accused, Mr. Nweke, who spoke to pressmen, is alleging that the court judgment which ruled in favor of the witness was fabricated to keep him quiet. He said the witness took away the only land left for him by his late parents, as well as colluded with some law enforcement agents to keep away the evidence file he submitted against her in the first suit.
Applying for CTC of all the documents in my case file, they refused. On the day they invited me, we were there. They now threw me inside cell and said that they have done with my investigation. I don't have evidence.
Adjourning the matter to the 2nd of August 2019, Magistrate Ayadiegu said it was to enable the witness, Dr. Agui, present before the court tangible evidence supporting her allegations. From the Anambra State Magistrate Court, Amobia, Daniel Ezigwe, ABS News.
That's just about it on the news. But remember that you can follow news and programs on ABS from any part of the world by liking our Facebook page at ABS Radio Television. Subscribe to our YouTube at youtube.com/ABS Radio TV Online. Follow us on Twitter at ABS Radio TV and on Instagram at ABS Radio TV. You can also log on to our website at www.absradiotv.com. And now the recap of our major stories. Pharmaceutical Society of Nigeria has called for collective efforts in the fight against drug abuse. Anambra Internal Revenue Service has warned prospective revenue agents against sharp practices. And that's it on the news tonight. Many thanks for watching. My name is Chidimma Orangwa. Do have a wonderful night rest.